early 9, morning to you. This is Breakfast with Stephen and Anne.
Shall we have a look at today's front pages? In the newspapers then, The Guardian leads with the president of COP26 Climate Summit, Alok Sharma, his call to tax excessive oil profits.
The Mail's headline focuses on a Navy inquiry into claims of bullying and harassment in the submarine service.
The Times' lead story is Rishi Sunak's decision to stop King Charles from attending the COP27 climate conference.
The Independent's headline focuses on urgent calls for ministers to launch an inquiry into the care of mental health patients.
And The Telegraph says universities have developed a bias against pupils from state schools. I thought it was the other way around.
No, anyway, have a look. The Mirror leads with Rishi Sunak's encounter with a hospital patient who says the government doesn't pay nurses enough.
And The Sun leads with Tyson Fury's revelation about the near death of his baby daughter and how it's inspired him.
Well, let's go through those papers now with broadcaster Pete Price and author and broadcaster Nikki Hodgson. Good morning, you two.
Morning.
Good morning.
Pete, let's start with COP27 in the Times. Should read a king still not going?
Yeah, let's start with saying congratulations to GB News. Your figures are phenomenal.
Oh, the radio
figures
the
are brilliant,
ratings are
yes.
tremendous. Congratulations. I'm so glad to be a tiny part of a huge team that's doing so well.
It's doing great. And if you're watching us on the telly at the moment, but you have to set off a bit later to go somewhere, you can take us with you on the radio.
Absolutely. I think it's been, I'm so proud of you all. You all work so hard. I've been in the industry forever.
You have.
Yes.
2 years.
I love this story on the front page of the Times. Sunak says he's holding Liz Truss's decision to stop King Charles attending COP27 climate conference. He said to them, apparently the monarch is chomping at the bit. First of all, I can't see him saying don't go to him.
No.
That I can't see at all. Charles is known, our king is known for his passion to save the planet. But I also think that our new Prime Minister, who wants to spend the weekend working on the statement, and I think it's important that he stays at home. I really do. We've done so much already to help with climate change. We need to get America and China to do their bit because they're the biggest problems. But he has got a job and a half. He's got every major problem in the world, like other leaders, to deal with, and I think he should be at home trying to sort our own country out right now. So I think they're going to have a go at him, and now the press are starting to have a go all the time, and he's only just started. Let the king go, but just say to Charles, don't commit to any money. Leave it, sir. Don't you know?
Yeah, what would you reckon, Nikki?
Yeah, well, I'm a bit disappointed that the Prime Minister isn't going, but I do understand why he's decided not to. But because of that, he should send the King as his envoy, and it'd be good for a royal, and it'd be good for relations between
That's
the
what
royals
I
and
think. Yeah, why
and the,
not?
yeah, exactly. And the same.
The cops never achieve anything, do they?
But it's not about that, is it?
Oh.
It's not about the achievement of.
Oh.
I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the being seen to pledge your efforts.
But we are sending, we'll have people there.
I know, but if you don't have your leader there or somebody representing the leadership, it doesn't look good.
No, it's more important to get this country sorted now. We've got to get it sorted. We're in a
Climate change
mess.
is part of sorting this country out, isn't it, Pete?
Say again?
Sorting climate change.
Well,
is part
let's
of
start with the human beings first that live in this country now that are struggling. All the people in the NHS, all the people, all the pensioners, all the people worried about the electric bill. Let's get it sorted now, like other countries are doing.
Well, everybody's struggling, aren't they?
Everyone in the world is struggling. Having said that, I went out in town the other day and nobody's struggling. Oh, everyone's spending a fortune. I went for a walk the other day. Every light was on in every house. Switch your lights off, you stupid people.
Well, there's a lot of stuff to it. I mean, I have to say, I'm very tight with the lights now.
So I'm tight with the lights.
Me too.
I was brought up like that. I go into a room, I switch the light on, I switch it off and I leave. End of story. I went past a house the other day. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, it's like Christmas Day, lit up. It's ridiculous.
Well, we have an expression in my house. It's like Blackpool illumination in the air.
yes.
You have to turn it off.
Yes, you do. Nikki, let's have a look at the Royal Navy and the submarine scandal in the Mail.
Gosh, this really is shocking, actually. So a number of whistleblowers have come to the Mail to tell them about the amount of misogyny that they have experienced, female colleagues. And this includes a hypothetical list of who would be raped first. It's really serious stuff. And then a tale of one woman who was punched in the stomach by male colleagues.
Right.
I mean, we're talking really high level stuff. We're not talking about, oh, nice skirt, look, I'm not letting you wear a skirt, but we're not talking about that kind of banter which could be interpreted either way. We're talking about actual harassment. So it's actually a lady called Sophie Brooke, who was a former lieutenant, who's one of the kind of chief whistleblowers in that, and has just said, I just don't want other women to have to go through it. It's not a place. She said that she loved being in the Navy. She said that she loved doing the maths, driving a submarine. It was amazing. But just unfortunate the all boys club makes it such a hostile and misogynistic place.
Do women actually serve in the submarines? In a mixed
They
crew
do
in the
now,
submarine?
yeah. And you know that they do things like they're called hot bedding, where they sleep in sleep in the beds and things. Like, apparently that's all mixed. So
Do you know, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a submarine. Have you? You have?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And they're so
Horrific.
claustrophobic.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
But the
Couldn't do it.
idea of there being any form of sexual harassment in a mixed crew in a submarine is almost worse than you could think of anywhere else, because you can't get away from it. Can
such a
you?
positive environment. And then, I mean, there are other stories of apparently senior officers were said to have a black ops hard drive, which was code for their porn collections, and they would get junior officers to upload their porn to that. I mean, it's really scandalous, this report. And I don't know how they're going to get away with not doing a very, very serious investigation.
Well, you can't get away. There's nothing that happens on a submarine that everyone doesn't know.
No,
Well, I was going to say
exactly.
that's bad leadership, then, isn't it?
It's bad everything, really.
Yeah, but it's scandalous about that, as you say in the story, but also the bullying that goes on with men, between men.
Yeah.
You know, it's just as bad. It's just as bad.
It's a bit of a brutal environment, I think.
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever been on a sub, it's just horrific. It's horrific. It's so tight.
I was terrified just even walking into it.
Yes.
And I just lost it. I totally lost
I was in
it.
the sub. It never submerged.
no.
I mean, the very thought of actually being under, God knows how many meters of water as well.
For weeks or months at a
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
It's guys.
Doing a terribly important job. But my goodness,
Job being a
if
submariner.
there's anywhere where you need absolute tight control
Absolutely.
over people's behaviour, surely it's there.
Pete, we've got a breakthrough, according to the Express, in the migrant crisis.
What they're saying is it's an ambitious deal between France and Britain. What's scary is we have got to make it unviable for these crossings, whatever. And it's human beings now. It's getting ridiculous. There's 37,801 persons crossed from France last year. It's getting absolutely crazy, and they've got this double page in the Express, which is worth reading. 1,000 people should be in this camp. There's 2,600. They've got to process it. But having said that, there seems to be, it appears, a lot of these people who are crossing are not fleeing danger. They're just coming over because they've heard the benefit system is great.
A third of them are Albanian, apparently, which is a very high number. They're saying there are going to be more Albanians in Britain than in Albania very soon, and that's not a joke.
No, because we've
it's
got a population.
That's right, they've got a very small population. But apparently, I mean, there's nothing that they can't, if they're fleeing, if they're coming from Albania, they are not fleeing persecution.
No, but apparently, it's kind of a minor dictatorship, isn't it, in Albania? Like, it's a police state, there's a lot of surveillance, it's economically very difficult to live there. So I guess, it's obvious why you would want to leave, to me. So, is it more that we need to redefine how we see kind of danger? Because if danger is to your survival because of the economics, then surely that's a reason to be able to apply
Well,
for asylum.
We're being pushed under, aren't we? I mean, everyone says we haven't got enough housing, we haven't got enough resources in the NHS.
Haven't got enough
But we also haven't got enough employees for things like...
No, but we're not employing these people.
No, I know
That's
we're
the
not,
thing,
but
isn't it?
we've got a deficit of there are certain jobs that desperately need staff. Isn't it obvious that people could be coming and working in those jobs?
But isn't that what our the actual migration system is for, where we control who's coming in so they can get jobs and,
Well, it's what it's meant to be for, but remember things like, putting the financial limit, saying that you needed to earn 30,000, I think it was, before you could come in. Well, loads of people don't earn that much and they're still doing really important jobs and worthwhile work. I just think the strictures that we've now put on migration are actually costing us, because we actually have loads of we've got loads of opportunities for people, and we've
And we've got loads of people out of work that could work.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
Yeah.
you know, but again, if you've got people out of work that don't want to work, that's one thing. But if you've got people that will happily come and do a job, well, why not help them?
But do they want to come and do a job, or do they just want the benefits?
Well, I don't think they do just want the benefit. I think they end up on the benefits
Well,
because they haven't got the opportunities to work.
They can't get benefits because they don't have an immigration status, do they? So they're being disappeared. I mean, a lot of these people we're either paying to accommodate them, or they just sort of disappear into the
Sort of black economy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or they paid. I think it's if you're an asylum seeker, something like £23 a week or something you get. It's like a terrible, poor amount of money. It's not enough to live on. You know.
But it's millions,
It's
and
millions.
millions all adds up that we're paying. Nobody else is
What
paying.
is this deal that Rishi's apparently been?
We don't know. They're not actually
It is.
saying they're
Secret
talking.
deal.
Say again?
Yeah.
The secret deal.
Yeah.
All right, you two, we're going to leave it there for now, but we'll catch up with you both a little bit later on. Thank you. Now,